What is up, YouTube friends? I am so excited to be filming today. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some steps on how to find your first dream apartment. Maybe you have moved already and you want to figure out how to make the process easier. I've moved quite a bit for being in my early 20s. I've moved from college into my first apartment, and then I moved into a house with some roommates, and then I moved into this studio. So I've moved around quite a bit. Also a real estate agent, and I help landlords coordinate leases. I know what they look for when picking out an applicant. So I'm going to share with you guys some very helpful tips and tricks, things that helped for me, things that helped for my clients. Without any further ado, I'll jump right into the video. But if you are watching this, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I am a newer YouTuber, so any support is appreciated. So the first thing that you want to do is start your search early. You really have to be dedicated to this. Start probably a month or two ahead of the process. I checked Zillow every single day when looking for my studio apartment, because you never know when that perfect one is going to pop up and you're going to want to jump on it right away, especially if it's a hot time to move. Really popular seasons of moving are the summer, so I would say try to go and move during the off season, which is usually January, February, March. There's not going to be as much inventory, but there's going to be a lot less competition, a lot less people moving, and it gives you an opportunity to keep an eye out for those really rare properties that pop up. Know your budget, know what you're willing to pay. Second piece of advice I have to offer is have that savings for the security deposit and the first month's rent. And if you're already living with an apartment complex right now, or if you already have a lease agreement with the landlord and you can't get out early, then just keep in mind your future move-in date and be able to coordinate. Maybe you might have to pay double rent if you find the perfect place, or maybe you might have to coordinate ending your existing lease early. So just anticipate having savings for your security deposit and first month's rent. Okay, so applying for your dream apartment, have your paperwork in place already. So I can speak for California because I know that there's a uniform lease agreement or application that can be used, but some places, if it's through an apartment complex, you have to have their paperwork filled out. You can't just turn in the general California rental application. So I would just say make sure you have everything lined up, make sure you are ready to fill that out. A lot of places, I know for apartment complexes, your credit score should be like 650 or above. Landlords will be more hard on your credit if you're applying to live in a home that a landlord owns, especially if you have competition. Things that landlords take into consideration are the number of people living in the home. They can't discriminate, but I know in general in California there's a certain limit to amount of people in bedrooms. Like for a studio apartment, a landlord's probably not going to rent to a large family. They might just rent it out to a single individual or a couple. Also keep in mind whether or not they charge rent for pets. So if you have a pet or a dog, they might charge an additional rent or a higher security deposit. This next tip is my favorite tip. It's really overlooked. A lot of people don't think about this, and I think landlords don't anticipate this from people. Write a cover letter about yourself. This helps so much. Put a photo of yourself in there, a happy, fun photo of you with your dog, with you with your family at the beach, a professional photo, whatever it is. Put a name to your face and write a sincere cover letter. Make it professional about why you want this apartment, why you deserve it, and what makes you such a great tenant. I'm actually going to read you guys the cover letter that I wrote to my landlord to get this apartment. This studio was up on the market for a day. It already received multiple applications. I had my paperwork ready to go, and I wrote a cover letter. Sorry guys, I'm looking it up. I didn't have it pulling it up on my laptop right now. Okay, not gonna lie, that took me a hot second to find. Also keep in mind, if you have roommates, like they need to have all their stuff ready too. Get on your roommate if they want to apply, make sure he or she has all their stuff in place also, and that they are also on the same game plan as you are. Okay, so this is the letter that I wrote, not for this, but a previous one. It was actually with my roommates. So we wrote this cover letter for the house that I lived in before this. It says the date at the top, the address of the property, and it says, "Hello, we would like to apply for your beautiful lease listing located on," put the address. "We visited your home and absolutely fell in love. We currently live in a smaller apartment in blankety blank blank and would love more space and to be closer to the water. Our current lease is expiring and we are interested in moving soon. We would treat this home like our own. We often pay rent in advance and have never missed a payment on our bills. All of us are non-smokers and we live a very clean lifestyle. Please see a description below for each applicant." And I put my name, my description. My name is Anna Mae. I've been living in for the past 2 years. I graduated from Concordia University, Irvine with a bachelor's degree in business. I work as a full-time realtor at blankety blank, and I receive a full base pay of blank per month. In addition to commissions, I have coordinated many leases for landlords and understand the importance of taking care of a home. I love walking down by the beach trail. I work X amount of days a week and occasionally weekends. During my spare time, I love to read, write, or visit family and friends. And then we went ahead and gave a description for each person. And then at the end, we put, "Thank you again for your time and consideration. We hope to hear from you soon, and we hope to make this our new home. Kindest regards, Anna Mae," and then the rest of my roommates. If you have a pet, put a picture of your pet in there. It's just really nice for a landlord to associate who's going to be living in their home. You never know. Some landlords can be pretty crappy, but if you have a really good landlord, you know, they do care a lot about their home. They've invested a lot of work into it. They want to know that they're handing off their property to a reliable tenant. I think you can hear my neighbors. So I think that's everything. I guess the biggest main points are figure out your current living situation, whether you're going to have to end your lease early. If you don't and you're just ready to go, then start your search early. Research on Zillow, ask for apartment complexes, what they have coming up. Ask your local realtor if he or she knows any leases that are coming to an end or tenants are getting ready to move out. It's never too early to start your search if you're prepared and you're willing to accommodate once you find your dream home. And second biggest point, have your budget. Get ready for a big security deposit and first month's rent. Have savings for if you don't have a lot of furniture or this is your first apartment and you need to budget items, then be prepared for that as well. Have a cover letter ready, have your information ready to submit, and then just be mindful of what your landlord is checking for, whether they allow pets, whether they are asking for a bigger security deposit, whether there's room for negotiation on the price. So these are just some things to keep in mind, and that's how I was able to find the places that I live in now and that I did previously. Okay, now I'm going to share with you guys the must-have items that I found were most important to have when moving into my first apartment. Item number 1 is furniture. When I moved into my first apartment, I was living and sleeping on a blow-up mattress for the first couple months, and I had a hand-me-down couch from my sister. If you're on a super tight budget, there's nothing wrong with hand-me-downs. There's nothing wrong with sleeping on a blow-up mattress, but it gets pretty uncomfortable after a while. And also keep in mind, if you have roommates, you might not want to invest in nicer furniture, or you might want to work out who's going to keep the furniture after you guys move out, who's paying for it, rules of taking care of it. I know there were certain items that I didn't want to invest in when I had roommates, and then when I moved into my own apartment, I did splurge on nicer things. So for the purpose of this video, I am going to be talking about items that I personally spent more money on to invest in. So the first item was furniture. I was sleeping on a blow-up mattress, so it was important for me to have a nice bed, and I also purchased this couch from Living Spaces. It's not the most expensive couch. It was a pretty good deal. It was like $500, and it's really comfortable. I love sitting on it, watching TV on it. It doesn't fall apart. It's brand new. There's something I really am glad I spent my money on. It's furniture. And this is my couch. It is the Aquarius light gray from Living Spaces. I can link it in the description. This coffee table I purchased off of Amazon for $90. It was a great deal, super easy to put together. In my bed, I actually got really lucky on this. It's a super nice bed. My dad works for a delivering company and they had an overflow of mattresses, so he actually was able to give this to me a couple months after I was living in my first apartment. And I believe, what kind of mattress is this? I don't know, guys, but I'll figure it out and link it in the description. I guess this doesn't really count as furniture, but I did get this mirror from Burlington Coat Factory and it was like 80 bucks and I use it every day. You will need cutting boards. Don't think that you won't need them. You will. I got these super cheap at Home Goods. Get quality utensils. Again, they don't have to be expensive. I got mine from Home Goods, Target. Some of them I was lucky enough to get from my mom. She handed down to me. And then also invest in some good plates. They don't have to be a lot. I clearly don't have a lot of plate where I'm having a brain fart. I don't know what I'm saying. Plates, bowls, you get the point. And then as for pots and pans, I'd say always have a little one. If you want to like make soup or ramen that night, have a big one, a big pan for cooking meats, and then a medium one that's always used a lot. Have some mixing bowls. This is important if you're cooking meals. Strainers, and then also just some flat baking pans. Those are helpful to have. As for silverware, I do have a silverware tray and it's important to have some good cutting knives and some other important items, measuring cups, towels, a can opener, bottle opener, and then some oven mitts. As for cleaning supplies, I'm sorry it's so messy down here, but I think it's really important to have all these things. I always have a multi-purpose cleaner. I have this stone and steel cleaner for my stainless steel appliances. I always keep this Comet bleach to clean the bathroom, the toilet, some Clorox wipes, Windex, and then just some room spray. A lot of these I just get from Target. I really think it's important to just always have cleaning supplies. You don't want to live in a dirty apartment. One thing that I bought this year, absolutely love, is my vacuum. It's a mini vacuum. You can, I think it's a Dirt Devil. I'll bring it over to you guys or I'll show it to you. She is super inexpensive. It cost maybe 40 bucks from Walmart, 40 or 50 bucks, and it works amazing. I'm sure you all know what this is. It's a Brita filter. It'll change your life. It costs $7 for a filter. Reduces the amount of plastic bottles that you have to buy. Trust me when I say this is such a good investment. I never owned a Brita up until this year. It saves so much money on water bottles, saves the environment by reducing plastic. It saves money in your wallet. It's the best thing you can get. It doesn't even have to be a Brita filter. This is the mini one. You can just buy like a filter to install in your sink. Anything is better than just buying water bottles all the time. Last but not least, I would say one of the most important things I personally believe to invest in is decorations. Right now my studio is pretty bare, but I've just recently ordered some online paintings, recently ordered some decorations online since I can't go outside. Moving in here, I did get rid of a lot of decor from my last apartment. I wanted like a fresh, clean slate, and then I felt like I was kind of living in a hospital for a while because it was just so blank and bare. So I would say if you have extra money or if you have some disposable income, you know, decorating can get very expensive, but if you look in the right places, add some plants, add some paintings, put some shelves up on your wall. I'm still in the process of doing that, but it'll definitely feel more like home, especially if it's your first apartment and you get homesick. You want to have accents or highlights or touches of home in your apartment. So I would say definitely bring some stuff from home to decorate. Your home is supposed to be your happy place. So that is it for my video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you could please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.